Guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Pokey Finance Guy. My name is Nick. I'm an accountant by day, hobbyist by evening. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be singles and sealed. I did update doing this. Last week I felt I had a ton of cards, so I wanted to narrow it down and kind of highlight the ones that we're going to be going over that I feel are great adds to your PC. And honestly, I just want to give a little more detail on them. So with that in mind, we're going to go right into it. The sealed stayed the same, so 2 packs to rip and 3 different sealed items, a smaller one, medium size, and then obviously a booster box. I like the booster box idea because generally speaking, the booster boxes are king. PCTBs have been making a run lately for them, but I still think that they're higher up than the PCTBs. You know, it's up for debate for everyone. With that in mind, let's get right into it. So the first card on the list, $10 and under cards. The first card on the list is the Shinji Kanda Magneton Surging Sparks promo. I really like the way the art is done on this card by Shinji Kanda. Shinji Kanda, he kind of highlights Magneton in the aspect of being electric type, and you see all this electricity going on, and even more than that, you see the small little atoms that are being ionized, that are being electrocuted by Magneton. And it almost makes me feel like this kind of shows how Magneton is forming and the environment that's being affected around Magneton when he forms, because Magneton forms from 3 Magnemites coming together, and so all that ionization, all those atoms, they're being shocked and electrocuted from the bonding that all 3 Magnemites have to Magneton. I think it's a cool looking card. You can pick it up for $7.50 right now. Great add to the collection. The next card to talk about is going to be the Duraludon VMAX from Silver Tempest. This is the Trainer Gallery card, and the Trainer Gallery is really awesome. It shows Duraludon Dynamaxing, or should I say Gigantamaxing, in the middle of a city. And you don't see any part of the city get destroyed at all. Like, Duraludon Gigantamax is perfectly within the city. And of course, who do you see on top? You see Raihan, who is the owner of Duraludon in the Sword and Shield block. He's just up there, and he's very heated because, as a good amount of people would know from playing Sword and Shield, when he gets very into the battle, he gets very heated. The next card, and the last card for the 10 and below, is going to be the Aegislash from Paradox Rift. That IR paints a really awesome picture of Aegislash because he's in a castle by himself, and the sun is shining down on him to show his steel type, and it's kind of like reflecting off of him. And it shows Aegislash in a castle by himself because he commanded people to build that castle for him. And so Aegislash is sitting there in the castle, comfy home, just like, y'all can leave me alone. This is my home now. Card is worth $8 right now. Again, great add to your PC, or if you want to hold it for long term. The next card is going to be the card between the $10 and $50 range, so we're only going to do one card this week. That is the Ethan's Typhlosion IR from Destined Rivals. I really like kind of the different color schemes that kind of go on with this card, with the fire, and then you see the light, and all of the different style that goes into it. And in addition, I really like how Ethan is kind of commanding Typhlosion. I like to think it's kind of a counterattack because they got an attack coming in right at them, and Ethan's telling him what exactly to do. To me, that's a beautiful card, and you can get it for just $30. So I don't think it's a $30 card, but that's what it is right now. We'll see what happens in the future, but for now, it's a $30 card. The next card, and the final card, is going to be the $50 plus card. And for this, I chose the Haxorus IR from Black Bolt. Again, I know, Black Bolt. I'm a fan of Black Bolt. And this card shows Haxorus kind of in his own territory, if you will. And he's very angry because if you look underneath, there's train tracks going through Haxorus' territory. Haxorus is normally pretty docile unless it feels that its territory is being threatened. Someone's moving in on his territory or her territory. And so Haxorus is getting ready to attack whoever is coming down that train track, I assume, and is very powerful looking in this. And those blades on its side, they do work. Cards around $68, $70. So again, I think it's a great buy, beautiful buy. It's still a beautiful card and a great add at $68. That's the singles. So onto the sealed. Sealed, we're going to talk about ripping some packs. Again, if you got the itch, I'll let you know what I feel is a good itch or good scratch for that itch. What's a good scratch for the itch? I would personally say right now, you could get Twilight Masquerade for $7.25 on the market. Twilight Masquerade is probably going to get a little bit more of a bump from the Chaos Rising set coming out. So now's probably a good time to rip it. Again, $7.25. You can get the Greninja SIR from it. The Eevee IR is beautiful. It shows the 8 different Eevees, kind of like alluding to the different evolutions. You have the Perrin that is making huge strides right now. We're talking like 175. There's the Carmine. The Chansey saw a huge run up as well. A lot of great cards in that set. Yeah, you have the Ogerpon masks, but there's so much more in that set than just the Ogerpon. Like, there's so much more positive than negative in Twilight Masquerade. And I think it's a good set. Not a great set, but a good set in Scarlet Violet block. And it, at $7.25, you can rip it and enjoy it. Now the next card, the next set is gonna be Hidden Fates Booster Pack for $45. Oh, okay. So, Nick, why Hidden Fates Booster Pack at $45? Well, Hidden Fates was known for a long time, back in the Sun and Moon era, to be very, very hyped. And so it got this humongous reprint before, after it had fully rotated out, and it stagnated the ETBs for the longest of times. When I joined the hobby in 2022, the ETBs were still at $150, and they were like that, I think, for a couple of years. So the ETBs were stagnated so long. It honestly might have been 130 to 150, but the time frame was humongous of how long those ETBs were just laying dormant, were just stuck at that price. Now the ETBs have gone up a lot, and because of that, the loose booster packs have gone up a lot too. However, the singles in there for this set is so amazing. You have obviously the Charizard GX, you have the Umbreon GX, you have the Espeon, you have Jesse and James. Everyone was complaining about Destined Rivals not having Jesse and James. You can get Jesse and James in this. You have Cario, you have Scizor, you have Cynthia in this set. Mewtwo is in the set. There are a lot of fan favorite Pokemon in this set. And you can still grab it for $45. Am I saying to grab 10 packs? No, I mean, if that's your budget, go ahead. Do not go into debt on it. But if you have, $50 or $100 and you want to rip something a little older, I would recommend Hidden Fates from the Sun and Moon block. It's more fun to rip, and you can have the possibility of getting a lot of fan favorite cards, and also the value. There's a lot of good value in ripping that set at $45. I know that sounds weird to say $45. Normally I don't think about ripping a pack for $45. I don't. But if people really wanted to rip something a little older, don't have to always do the $7 or $6. You could go with that. Again, dealer's choice. So now on to the sealed for investing. We're going to start with the lowest one, which is Crown Zenith loose booster packs. Crown Zenith has seen a huge run up lately, and I just watched Rudy's video of how he was buying Crown Zenith ETBs because he only had 900 and he wanted 100 more to make it an even 1,000. I think buying some Crown Zenith loose packs to hold long term is a really good idea. The ETBs right now are around $350. The loose packs are hovering around $23, $25. So buying the loose packs right now is pretty much a discount, and it probably will catch up a little bit to the ETB, but grabbing some loose booster packs of Crown Zenith is really good. You can just put them away for later on, for when they grow, because Crown Zenith will continue to grow. People love the set. People love opening up. One of the biggest things about Crown Zenith was people loved the pull rates. People loved the arts. The Galarian Gallery was beautiful in there. The gold cards. You have the Mewtwo V-Star. You have the Doggos. You have Gen 2. You have Entei, Suicune, Raikou. They're all beautiful cards. It's a really, really stacked set, and it's very generous with pull rates. And people are going to love to open that so far they're down. So picking them up right now while they're at $25, because later on they're going to be much higher because it's going to keep getting ripped. It's probably a safe bet to do. The next item I'm going to recommend is one behind me, actually. I'm going to reach for it now. Let's hope that this doesn't end how it did on Monday. Oh gosh. Brilliant Stars ETB. Brilliant Stars ETB is going to be my next item to say that you should invest in. Now, Sword and Shield had a lot of, how do I put it? Sword and Shield had a lot of negative connotation around the Elite Trainer boxes. They were printed to heck. There were so many of them. They were everywhere. There was a ton of them. They were just flatlining and going down, down, down. Now they've rebounded very nicely, mind you. I picked up that ETB for about $40. It's now $150, but I still think it's a great buy right now, especially in the market we're in. You're not seeing a huge run up like how you're seeing with everything new out the gate. A lot of people, like I mentioned on Monday, they're not really focusing on Sword and Shield. So this is probably a good time to, like I said, grab the Crown Zenith and to grab a Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer box. I think it will have a run up, and getting the Brilliant Stars ETB is a good buy-in. It's got Arceus on the front, so you can't go wrong with that. The design is really beautiful, and there's really not many negatives behind it, and it's a good piece to display. Now, let's get into the booster box. The booster box this week is a little bit pricier than the one last week, but I don't want to keep kind of going to low-level booster boxes. There are other booster boxes that are out there that are great buys right now in this moment. I'm going to tell you them. So the booster box for this week is, and again, it's behind me. I'm going to reach for it, and I hope. I'm just kidding. So it's the Paldea Evolved booster box. Paldea Evolved right now is sitting at $450. Believe it or not. And that, to me, is a little bit of a buy. That set just went out of rotation this month, which means there's no more booster boxes. If they printed any more booster boxes, they're going to have it coming out soon. But I doubt they did. With everything going on with the new sets, I don't think they had time to reprint Paldea Evolved. And they were focusing on the newer sets, plus Prismatic, plus maybe a little bit of 151, plus printing the newer sets. And so Pokemon probably didn't have time to reprint Paldea Evolved. And it's sitting at $450 right now. So for me, that's kind of a screaming buy. It kind of feels like it's laying dormant. And honestly, it was the top set until Best in Rivals. People loved Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved had great pull rates, and on top of that, it had the Magikarp that is, again, Shinji Kanda based. People loved it, and they still do love it, and it's at a really good price to pick up. I would probably say, if you wanted to pick it up, picking up at $450 is not wrong, or if you can get someone to $400, it's another awesome buy, especially for a booster box that just went out of rotation, probably not going to get any more, and a lot of people are focusing on the front part of Scarlet Violet from Prismatic onward, and so this is kind of going under the radar a little bit in my opinion. I think getting a Paldea Evolved booster box at $450, if you wanted to, if you have the capital to deploy, it's a really good idea. And then just letting it sit there for a couple years and people going back and realizing, wow, this set was comprised of 3 Japanese sets. It's got good pull rates. It's got that Magikarp, which is banging. It's also got a Tyranitar in it, the Marrow we love. I think that Paldea Evolved is a great buy. So with that in mind, I want to thank you guys for watching this. Comment, below what you think is also a great buy or what you've picked up recently. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe. I put out about 3 videos a week, and I appreciate just sitting here talking to you guys. But with that in mind, guys, I'm out.